There is water on your basement floor right now and you have no idea yet. It will be there when you wake up at 2 in the morning to a gurgling sound from the utility room. Your water heater, the one you bought 8 years ago at Home Depot for $650, the one with the name brand label and the 6-year warranty, has rusted through at the bottom seam. Again. And every plumber I know installs something completely different in their own home. Something you have almost certainly never heard of. These are not outdated units. These are not good enough for the money compromises. I am talking about water heaters that will run 20, 25, even 30 years without a tank failure, selling for the same money or less than the big box premium line for one reason. Nobody walks into a plumbing supply house after 20 years under sinks and in utility rooms. I have watched homeowners pay $1,800 installed for a Rheem Performance Platinum and walk out thinking they bought the best unit on the shelf. They did not. Number one on this list is the water heater I have been recommending to anyone who will listen for years now. I have put dozens of customers into them. Not a single one has called me back with a premature tank failure. Not one. Let's get into it. Today I am counting down 3 water heaters the market forgot, but plumbers did not. The ones delivering 25-year reliability at 10-year warranty prices. I am going deepest on number 1 because that is the unit that will completely change how you shop for this appliance. Number 3 is a water heater most homeowners have never seen on a shelf, because it is not on a shelf you can walk into, and that is the entire point. You can put one in your home right now for under $1,650. I had a customer last spring, a young family with 3 kids. They called me on a Sunday morning. No hot water. Water on the laundry room floor. The tank had been leaking overnight. It was 9 years old. A mid-tier A.O. Smith from Lowe's paid around $1,100 installed. They wanted the same thing again. I told them straight, we can do that and I'll be back in another 8 years. Or we can fix this right. I showed them the State ProLine XE at our local Ferguson supply house. A 50-gallon power vent gas model GS650YBVIS. We installed it for $1,520 out the door. That was 14 months ago. You know what they spent on it since? 0. 1 filter check at 12 months. That is it. Here is what nobody tells you about State water heaters. State is owned by A.O. Smith. They share manufacturing lines, but State is sold almost exclusively through plumbing supply houses, and the spec is different. The ProLine XE ships with a CoreGuard stainless steel clad anode rod, not the standard magnesium anode that burns through in 3 to 5 years in hard or softened water. It has a blue diamond glass lining fired at a higher temperature than what goes into the Lowe signature line. It has a DynaClean dip tube that agitates sediment off the tank bottom on every draw instead of letting it pile up and cook through the glass. And it ships with a brass drain valve, not plastic. Brass. A 50-gallon A.O. Smith signature 700 power vent at Lowe's runs $1,700 to $1,900. The State ProLine XE at Ferguson, same gallon capacity, same BTU class, better internal hardware, runs $1,400 to $1,650. That is the supply house advantage in one sentence. If you are shopping for one, here is the checklist. First, confirm. The CoreGuard anode is specified on the model sheet before you buy, because not every ProLine ships with it. Second, flush it every 12 months from day one. Third, ask which gas valve is installed. You want Robert Shaw. The Honeywell overtemp lockout issue that has plagued mid-tier A.O. Smith units has pushed more than a few plumbers to this exact alternative. Who should buy this? Anyone on natural gas replacing a standard 50-gallon tank who can locate a Ferguson, Wind Supply, or regional supply house nearby. Who should skip it? If you are on electric, This is not your unit. That is number 2. But if you think the State Pro line is overlooked, this next water heater might be the most underrated appliance in America. It eliminates the failure mode that kills 95% of all tanks, and it has been sitting right next to the cheap ones at Home Depot for years. Number 2 is a water heater plumbers have been quietly buying for their own homes for decades. It is made by Rheem, but it is not the Rheem anybody buys. You can pick one up for around $1,400. I had a customer about 8 months ago, a single guy in his early 40s who had just bought his first house. The previous owner had left a 12-year-old tank in the basement. He was going to buy the Rheem Performance Platinum 50-gallon at Home Depot, 12-year warranty, about $850 on the shelf. I asked him one question: how long are you staying in the house? He said 15 years minimum. I told him to walk 30 feet to the left. Here is what nobody tells you about the Rheem Marathon MR50245. The tank is not steel. It is a seamless, blow-molded polybutene plastic inner tank wrapped in filament wound fiberglass with 2 inches of foam insulation to the floor. There is no steel to rust. There is no glass lining to crack from sediment-induced thermal stress. There is no sacrificial anode rod to consume, because with no steel tank there is nothing to protect. The titanium lower heating element resists the lime scaling that destroys standard copper-clad elements in hard water within 3 to 5 years. Rheem's own product documentation assumes a 25-year service life. Here is the mechanic math. You buy a Performance Platinum for $850, install it for $650, drive it 12 years, replace it, and do it again. 2 units in 25 years, roughly $3,000 in hardware and labor. The Marathon comes in at $1,400 on the shelf. 1 installation, 1 unit for the same 25-year window. You are $950 ahead before you count a single element replacement you will never have to make. The lifetime tank warranty is real. It registers to 10 years on resale, and that shows up on a home inspection report. Annual operating costs run approximately $720 per year at current electricity rates. Who should buy this? Anyone on electric with a 30 amp, 240 volt circuit, anyone in a hard water area who has already replaced 1 tank early, and anyone staying in their home 15 plus years. Who should skip it? If you are on natural gas, go to number 3. If your panel needs a circuit upgrade first, factor that into the total cost before you decide. If this kind of straight talk is helping you, hit subscribe. I have more videos coming on what plumbers and contractors install in their own homes versus what they put on the proposal for yours. Alright, number 1 is the water heater. I point every serious homeowner toward when price is not the first question. Almost nobody has heard of it, and it is hiding at Menards. Let me tell you about a retired couple I worked with about a year ago. They were replacing a failed 50-gallon gas tank. 2 contractors quoted them an A.O. Smith Vertex condensing unit, the one Lowe's positions as the premium gas option. Quotes came in at $2,500 to $2,800 installed. A third contractor pointed them somewhere else. They called me to vet it. The suggestion was the Westinghouse Garo series at Menards. I told them the contractor was right. Here is what nobody tells you about the HTP Phoenix Light Duty and its Westinghouse twin. The tank is 316L stainless steel, not glass-lined carbon steel. 316L is the same alloy specification used in marine hardware. It does not corrode the way a steel tank corrodes. There is no glass lining to crack. The primary heat exchanger is copper nickel, more durable than basic copper and immune to the desensification failure that takes out cheaper units. The burner modulates at a 5-to-1 ratio, throttling from roughly 15,000 BTU up to 76,000 BTU depending on demand. Standard tanks fire at full input or off. That modulating burner eliminates short cycling, extends component life, and pushes real-world thermal efficiency to 96%, and it vents in 2-inch or 3-inch PVC. No Class B vent chase required. That alone saves $300 to $800 on a retrofit in a tight basement. The Westinghouse at Menards sells for $2,000 to $2,400. The A.O. Smith Vertex it outclasses on every mechanical dimension sells for $2,500 to $2,800 at Lowe's, and it has a control board failure history that plumbers on every major trade form have been flagging for years. That is a $400 to $800 premium for an inferior tank. The retired couple bought the Westinghouse. Menards had their 11% rebate running. They paid $2,050 installed. 11 months later, 0 service calls. Here is the mechanic math. Buy the Westinghouse Phoenix for $2,100 installed, run it at 96% efficiency, and expect approximately $251 per year in gas at current rates. That is $120 less per year than a standard atmospheric tank. Over 20 years, $2,400 in fuel savings before you count a single avoided replacement. You will not find a better dollars per year deal in residential gas water heating. Who should buy this? Anyone replacing a standard gas tank planning to stay long term. Anyone in a hard water area who has already burned through 2 tanks in 15 years? And anyone who has been quoted a Vertex or a Rheem Prestige condensing unit should get a Westinghouse DuJar price from Menards first. Who should skip it? If you cannot run a condensate drain line and neutralizer, check your local code before committing. And confirm your plumber will warranty service HTP equipment before you buy, because the service network is thinner than Rheem or A.O. Smith. If I had to put one water heater in every home I own for the next 20 years with the lowest possible total cost of ownership, I would put the Westinghouse Phoenix in every single one of them and not think twice. So there it is. 3 water heaters. The big box stores buried, but plumbers did not. The State Proline XE with a stainless clad anode and blue diamond glass the Lowe's version never offers. The Rheem Marathon that looks expensive on the shelf and costs nothing over a lifetime. And the Westinghouse Phoenix, the best kept secret in residential gas water heating. Next time a contractor walks you to the A.O. Smith signature on the showroom floor and tells you it is the best unit in the category, you will know better. I already did this exact breakdown for HVAC systems, same game, same 3 manufacturers, same markup playbook, and the supply house unit beating the big box premium on every spec that matters. That video is right here, like if it helped. Subscribe for more straight talk. I'll keep giving you the truth. Dealerships will not drive safe. Take care of your water heater and it will take care of you. Take it or leave it. I'll see you in the next one.